Hello there, and today we'll be taking a look at Company vs Swindle, the beefcake of the team. Please subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below your thoughts on the toy. Swindle here is, ironically, looking more like his cartoon model rather than the toy design, even with the wrong chest. They even made the waist details accurate, just unpainted. I do not like how detached from his body the arms look. They look like they are floating around the body, not actually connected. Same with his backpack. It just doesn't feel connected to the design, it's just a slab on his back. Because it is in physical sense, and because it is design-wise. I think if it could have held on closer to the body, it wouldn't have looked so bizarre. And just like how Emgo said, Swindle looks comical in a team of mostly skinny dudes, but unlike Emgo, I don't really care. If anything, since Swindle is indeed an illegal arms dealer, he needs as much protection from the untrustworthy customers on the black market as possible. But alas, he doesn't quite fit the cartoon model proportions. He does need to be way skinnier than that. His articulation includes a bulge on his head, but again, it's been swapped out for a mushroom swivel, which hurts Swindle more because his neck was expensive as fuck on the original, and it just fits for an always smiling slimy bastard to tilt his head slightly as he steals all your possessions by a contract you voluntarily signed. As mentioned before, the bulge on his shoulders aren't the best looking, but they are functional. I do not count this as a backwards butterfly joint. It makes his arm even more detached. A bicep swivel, elbow bend greater than 90 degrees, wrist swivel which is fucking tight as balls on my original copy, and on the Kyo it's only slightly unreasonably tight. Bulge on the hips, thighs roast, knee bend, and ankle pivot. Not as dramatic as on Brawl, but at least there's no disparity between the legs. And this isn't any useful, I don't count it. 17 points of articulation in total. For accessories to get, you guessed it, a hand foot gun, a neutral one too. There's the death snow port in the palm on the knockoff, not even a suggestion of one unlike Brawl's, with which I could at least drill out the port myself. And I'm not gonna do the same for this one because, well, there is no point. It's only there for an ugly storage solution in the alt mode. But you also get this unpainted grey minigun. What the fuck? Well, at least this one is slightly better, cause it can indeed attach onto one of these clips and sit nicely on his shoulder, which the first runs of the release just couldn't do. And there is something missing. Something on his shoulder. Something bigger than his fucking arm. They forgot the scatter blaster, the giant fuck off cannon. Transforming him into an arm mode and I don't know. It is also a beefcake of a limb, but I don't think all this mess works for combiner arms. It does look like a coherent arm however, and I would say it stays together. But this panel, despite plugging in snugly at some point, just doesn't nowadays, and I don't know why. Because the hood isn't pinned, and you can remove it easily, I prefer this configuration. Part swimming, yes, but now the arm doesn't look like a deliberate arm, but rather like two halves of a vehicle connected together with joints. It's like the Jeep extended, grew a giant arm, and got attached to the giant robot. Going into the shin mode, and I think this is the best shin mode out there. It's just solid, it's not too skinny, it's not too beefy, it's the right amount of mass. You can even plug the mini gatling gun so you can play the look, and yeah, it's so fucking good. I don't understand the morons who put the hood up. Like, what do you accomplish here? You're shifting mass up for no reason. It makes the shin unbalanced. There's too much mass on the knee and not enough on the ankle. Like, on Rook you're forced to move the shell up or else it protrudes too far out, not letting you plug in the hand-foot gun. But the hood on Swindle doesn't conflict with that. You can keep it down. And if you just genuinely prefer this configuration, then I pity your imbecility. And it's literally just a one-step process to go into the Jeep mode. And I kinda fuck with it. It's not accurate or anything. And yeah, the hands are just there, and the steering wheel is laughably small. But with the turret on top, I just can't help it but see follow Cybertron Swindle influence. It's like if this was his Earth mode. There's enough sculpting to keep me busy. There are pouches, suspension, the aforementioned steering wheel, with the hands which are supposed to look like seats, the what I assume are gas cans, the roll cage, the hood copying the G1 Toys hood, just flatter, and this line, starting from the back, going down following the angle of these pieces, taking a turn to go into the front fender, which has the same line thickness, it just mesmerizes me. And also, Pareidolia. I also printed the gyro gun. I don't know what I'm gonna do with his head, cause I really want it to be bolt jointed. Now let's run Swindle through the blade board to see how he stacks up. Starting with the looks category. For accuracy I give it a 4. While the chest is wrong, there's too much mechanical detailing, and the general proportions are far off. It's still recognizable as G1 Swindle, and is somewhat of a merge of that cartoon model with the toy design. For robot mode I give it a 4. Its only keyboard is a light panel on the back, and I really like how he looks, but I can't give it the highest score, only because of how detached the arms look, and you know, how hollow his shins are. But I didn't count in wholeness for Brawl, so it's only kind of being counted for Swindle. For alt mode it's another 4, while the interior is a Well, and the back is quite plain, it's still solid, the minigun rotates, and it just looks mean. Play category next. For articulation it's a 4. Well, there are still no wrists, and the knee pain is still only 90 degrees. The expressive head and the ankle pivots unlock a shit ton of poses. For transformation it's a 2. Again, it's quite simple, unremarkable, and not all that interesting. Also, the combiner pack is a bitch and a half to get out on mine. The gimmicks, it's a 5. I fucking love Scramble City. In total, it's 23, which puts Swindle on the top of the Blade Ball. Well, and that's it. Tune in next time for Blast Off. Goodbye.